Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Trace 5. Welcome to this new series on our channel. This is from the Dutch Nationals, so I guess it's not quite as new, but don't turn off the video yet, because we decided to commentate those videos. We decided to at least post the videos here, because they're really exciting, really fun games to watch. So the legal pack, the latest legal packs is Free Mars. And so this is the top cut from the Dutch Nationals. First game from the top cut. On the left we have Pieter. I hope I didn't butcher the name. On the right we have from Germany, from Cologne actually, Guybrush, Nico, and of course, you know, I'm a bit biased. I kind of want Guybrush to do well here. So the actual commentary that we're going to show here is the live commentary we did on site, but the commentary begins kind of like already a little bit into the game. So I still have some time with you guys to discuss a little bit. So one thing to note is that we're still building this Netrunner channel, Trace 5. So if you have a couple of seconds, I would really appreciate it if you would just, you know, click this subscribe button so we can build that subscriber base that's so necessary on YouTube. So anyway, Pieter will be playing. He will be playing Whizzard, a very popular ID at the time. It didn't rotate out yet. And he has 3 recurring credits to trash things. Guybrush will be playing Sync, NBN Sync. So that's the idea there is that you have to pay 3 credits to remove a tag. So there's going to be a kind of a tag kind of play. Mandatory draw and the game begins. So let's see what Guybrush is going to do. He will install 2 eyes in front of HQ and R&D, and will take a credit. Pieter will install Etymology Contract and run 3 times. And now we move on to the commentary. So hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamwork Casts, and I have a guest with me today here.
Hi, I'm Johnny from Scotland.
All right, so this is the first round of the top 8 of the Dutch Nationals, and on the right we have Guybrush from Germany, and on the left it's Pieter from Belgium. Guybrush plays Sync, so his ability is that the removing tags cost 1 credit more, right? And we have Pieter here playing Whizzard, the good old Whizzard, with 3 credits, recurring credits to trash things.
So Guybrush, I guess, will be playing 24/7 Boom Sync, which tries to score 2 breaking news, 24/7 and Boom.
Yeah,
it's a very fast combo deck. And Pieter looks like he's playing some kind of Reg Whiz with Demusion contracts.
It seems so, yeah. I'm not sure. Are these huge credits on his ID? Are these like the trash credits?
Yes, I think I actually played him in the Swiss, and yeah, they're just trash credits, nothing fancy.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, one of the guys maybe who's storing his credits on the on the IDs. All right, so there's a run on the remote server that was just created. That's going to be a Data Raven, kind of like a very common tactic to start installing kiddies behind it. Pieter seems to be bouncing off it and running on HQ, and that is going to be an IP block, which is, well, he can install the paperclip here, apparently.
He can, and I think you probably do, right?
Yeah.
So Regwiz in this matchup is not very favoured. It's very hard to win, and you need to get very lucky.
Yes.
So from Peter's point of view, he needs to play as if I need to get very lucky, and I need to be going down to low credits. He has got a pretty decent start with Demusion, so he's moneyed up quite nicely. And Parasite and Paperclip, that's good. So he's, as well as the match could go, he's doing okay.
Yes, installing the Parasites, removing the problem of the Data Raven eventually. Of course, now it will eat slowly down the Data Raven, and wow, does he run there? No. The counter is installed there. Yeah, sadly we don't have any audio from the game, so we actually if something happens, we have no idea what's happening. All right, so there's
pointing and running, I think.
Ooh, there was a run on archives. That was another Data Raven run on R&D. Now this seems like it's going back for Pieter, but of course all the stuff has to be rest, and that's very expensive for Guybrush.
Yeah, so as ice goes, Data Raven is kind of fine. You can just bounce off and not worry about anything. The other ice that Sync usually runs is a lot more nasty. Turnpike really sucks to hit if you don't have Mimic out, and Archangel equally so. Although he'd probably be okay with that now. Or he might get his Demusion bounced.
Something I noticed that Pieter is being very aggressive, but he doesn't have too much board state right now.
Yeah, you don't have the time to build the board state. You've got to get as many accesses as you can before the combo comes out. And
so he does. I think he runs an R&D here, yes, and that is going to be in pop-up window. Wow, that's an interesting splash in Sync. I haven't seen that yet too much. They forgot a token on the Parasite.
Yeah, pop-up window is really good in this match because quite often as the runner, you're scrabbling for accesses with like low economy.
Yeah.
And as Sync, it's not particularly rich. It doesn't have very many money cards. So if the runner's scrabbling for accesses and you've got this free to rest pop-up that's giving you money every time they run, that's great.
Yeah, definitely great. Especially also now because there's like a lot of account siphon type of decks where it's like you're often down to 0 credits, and so that's a really good way to get back on top of things.
Yeah, pop-up's great. You put pop-up on R&D, and once they siphoned you, when they try and win off R&D, you get your money back. It's great.
Yeah, it's super good. Okay, so there is a Street Peddler that was actually being used here to insert a blue.
Oh, he's got Blue Moose. That's good for him.
Okay, that's really good. There's second ice installed in front of R&D. Apparently, Guybrush was under the impression that the R&D wasn't very well protected. I think that might have been actually a pop-up window that we saw on R&D.
Yeah, that's probably the thing, because if he starts running R&D too much, the credits total is going to get enough so that he's in hard-hitting unit range.
Yes.
And once you get hit with that, you're in a big lot of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. So Pieter has to be really careful here to not expose himself that way. But slowly this parasite is eating down, so he can maybe start accessing the stuff that was inside the server. I'm not really sure what Guybrush installed there. Maybe like a Sandsan or something?
I don't think the deck's got influence for Sandsan.
No.
It'll almost certainly be a quantum predictive model that he's reluctant to spend the 3 credits to advance to score.
Oh, you mean he's waiting until the very last moment? Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd much rather the runner goes through it and scores it for you.
That's a fair point. Okay. So there's a Dirty Laundry on HQ.
Good man, using dice for accesses.
That's very good. Yeah, you should do that.
You should absolutely. Humans are very, very bad at random accesses.
Yeah, very bad at randomizing. Okay, so that was Dirty Laundry, getting back 5 credits. That's really great. Drawing a card.
Oh, and just in case if anyone from FG is listening, we're very much against using dice for tokens because that's against the rules. But dice for accesses is perfectly okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's completely different situation. Yes, it says random, you know. Okay, so he draws a bunch of cards on the Street Peddler.
So he's actually in a pretty good. Pieter's actually in a reasonable position now.
Yeah.
There's no breaking news scored.
Yes.
So he's not under immediate threat of the kill. He's got some money and some reasonable board.
You were right. This was the kitty that Guybrush just waited for the Data Raven to take down. That's good.
Yeah, at the very last moment.
I mean, he has 1 agenda scored now, but still, he needs those breaking news. This is the crucial thing that he really needs to get scored for his game plan. And until that happens, Pieter kind of has like a little bit of moment to set up to maybe start applying some more pressure later on.
So what would he be looking for? Yeah, I'd imagine he'd be looking for breakers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that he already has the paperclip in his discard pile, so he can install that at any given point.
The other thing you really need to find Mimic, because Turnpike is awful to face check. It costs them 2 to res, and you lose a credit and then spend 3 clearing a tag afterwards. And you don't really want to access after doing that, because scoring them a quantum predictive model early is really bad.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the Sync deck runs so few agendas, and the ones it does run are so hard to steal that to win you kind of need to steal some of the cats when you're not tagged early on to have any kind of chance.
Like any given agenda that is usually difficult to steal, if you get that's a huge push forward. That actually gives you a huge advantage over not scoring anything. And so that's kind of like a huge problem with Pieter right now. He's applying a lot of pressure, but that didn't result in any scores.
Yeah, so he's got a decent amount of money, decent board state, but he doesn't have an agenda scored, which is, as you see, a big problem.
Yeah. So did you see any other conspiracy breaker in this card pile? Because I'm assuming he's going to be using all the conspiracy breakers.
I'm not sure. I think he would actually. Depending on the variant of Reg Wiz he's running, it normally runs paperclips, of course, because they're really good.
Yeah.
Black Orchestra, because you need some way to get past Lotus Field, even if it's not in this particular matchup.
I saw a lot of Yogg builds today.
Yeah. So he probably has Yogg, and then Black Orchestra as his emergency backup.
Yeah.
And probably Mimic.
Although MK Ultra is not too bad.
MK Ultra is it's fine to break once. Do you know what the worst thing in the world is? Is breaking Turnpike with MK Ultra. It costs you 4. It's just the worst.
Turnpike doesn't have any good breaking. Like I guess the best thing to break Turnpike with is maybe a Mimic with a data sucker.
Yeah, Mimic's fine.
Yeah.
But you've got to install it first.
Look at this spicy tech.
Oh, is that... I can't remember the name of that card.
That's a new card that you can bypass by taking a tag, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah,
this is showing up my knowledge here.
yeah, there's a code gate that you need to take a tag. You can take a tag and then you bypass it. Otherwise, it's corporation gets 2 credits and end the run.
That's reasonable-ish. Oh, there's Black Orchestra actually. So yeah, so there's his he still doesn't have a killer, but you only really need it for Turnpike. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I guess it's a kind of a more expensive pop-up that's a little bit better.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Yes. It does says end the run,
It said end the run,
the 2 credits is just, I think you get back the credits that you use to res it because it costs 2 to res. And it's like, yes, you can bypass it, but on R&D, of course, you are afraid that you hit another kitty, right? And you have to remove the tag afterwards. So there's like a lot of disadvantages, especially in sync. So this one.
So there's a Jackson rest.
Yes.
You kind of want to contest that if you possibly can, because sync is a combo deck and drawing a lot of cards with the Jackson, and there we go. Let you get your combo.
Yeah,
he's going straight for it.
You can't let him draw all the cards. So now I think it's the time for the paperclip.
So it's tough, right? Because paperclip, it costs 3 to break IP block.
Yeah, it's very expensive. Yeah.
Or you can pay 3 for the trace. So I think...
Yeah, you might go for the trace here, actually.
You might just pay the trace.
But on the other hand, you're not expanding your board state, so maybe later on there's going to be like a random wraparound, and that's going to be...
Yeah, that's the problem. The other problem is that if you're saving your credits and then you get hit with closed accounts, and you've not spent those credits to install Paperclip earlier, you're in a bigger hole.
But I think he paid the trace here, and Guybrush is really looking bad. Like, he's not having a lot of credits right now, so you can be very aggressive as runner at this point. This is the moment where you have to be like on the top of your game.
You do. You're miles out of hard-hitting news range, which is the big problem. There goes Medium, so what he needs to do is, as he's doing, going for R&D. Because while it looks bad for Guybrush at the moment, all he needs to do is next turn score a breaking news, the turn after that click for 3 credits, and suddenly the kill is online. Because all he needs is 4 credits.
Can happen very quickly. I wonder if Pieter is running any kind of like blast screens or any kind of stuff.
I don't know. I did actually play Pieter in the cut.
Okay.
I'm trying to desperately remember. Sorry, in this way. I'm trying to desperately remember if I saw Plascrete in his deck. All the Whiz builds kind of merge into one.
Yeah. There's a lot of variations. Everybody has their own like special recipe that you put into it. Yeah.
So Plascrete helps a bit.
Yes.
It stops 24/7 boom happening immediately. The problem is it doesn't save you. It just slows sync down.
Yeah, it gives you the extra time that you need maybe to close the game down. Yeah.
You don't install and think I've won, because then they do the combo of 24/7, they close your account and you hard-hitting news, and then you've got 6 tags, no money, and you're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. So we see. So Pieter installed the Black Orchestra. He has he run on our R&D, but I think it's not very efficient to run on R&D right now. Black Orchestra is like, I think 2 to break.
It's 3 to boost, but 2 and break. I'm not sure what the stats.
It's 2 to boost, and you get +3 or something, or
other way around. 3 to boost, and you get +2 and break.
Isn't +3 the MK Ultra?
No, they're both +3.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. Okay, never mind.
They're not very good breakers.
No.
They really are emergency ones. And there's the pop-up. HQ. I guess because it's not a Siphon deck, that's sort of okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And HQ...
It's an interesting placement. I was... Okay, there's 24/7. Okay, so you can't have Guybrush getting... Oh, there we go.
Blast Screen.
Okay, that helps a lot. But maybe premature a little bit, because Guybrush is not in a position to scorch anybody right now, or boom anybody.
So what Guybrush needs to do now is he needs to work towards 24/7 close account hard-hitting news. Yes. And I think I saw her hard-hitting news in the top of R&D last turn when he accessed, so...
Yes.
Again, the problem with that is it's a lot of cards you want in your hand, and if you need all those cards in hand, you can't be holding agendas as well.
Yeah, those combo pieces pile up on hand, and if you cannot kind of pull off the combo, then eventually you will start discarding combo pieces, right? And that's the moment where the runner starts winning.
Mm-hmm. So it looks pretty good for Pieter right now, but he still doesn't have any agenda scored, which is a problem. We
have to also maybe remind people, Guybrush was the top placed runner. Top placed person in Swiss.
Is this 1v8? First versus 8th?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And Pieter was the 8th one.
Oh, Guybrush, yes. I was thought the other way around.
Yes.
Yes, so Guybrush, of course, chose to sing against Whizzard. That's a good matchup.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be crazy as Reg Wiz to choose go off against Sync. It's
Of course, he's representing Cologne, the city where I come from. So
very good.
I'm a bit biased here, I have to say. On the other hand, he's playing like a deck which I really hate that was very popular recently in Germany, and I played it so many times I just can't look at it anymore. I'm usually a fan of NBN, but not this kind of NBN.
You're not a fan of getting boomed.
I'm also not a fan of booming myself. It seems like cheating yourself into the victory. But, just my personal opinion. All right, so the pop-up window gets a Parasite. That's good.
Okay. So interestingly, Pieter saw 24/7 in hand last turn.
Yeah.
So if at this point a breaking news was scored, then he'd be thinking that, and he didn't have Flash Execute on the table, he'd be thinking, I need to stop boom getting into hand. So you really want to attack R&D now, because that's where the booms are.
Yes.
But I guess with Flash Execute on the table and like no breaking news scored and the threat of the immediate kill gone, he's just looking for agendas in hand, because he's been going through the game quite a while. Only one Jackson's been used. The agendas must be somewhere, and it's probably hand.
Yeah. People in the stream are in the chat are asking you what if these are like M&Ms, but these are like little stones. I think.
Oh yeah, they're almost like Go tokens, except a little bit smaller.
They're not edible, even though they look pretty delicious.
Oh, that would be a cool way to mark Temujin money.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. But I really like also the color coding here. I think this is a really great color for Temujin contract.
It is very nice, yeah.
All right, so there now HQ has been secured a little bit more again because the pop-up window was gone. But I really like those IP blocks. They're really effective against the very popular paperclip these days.
Yeah.
3 credits is a lot.
Yeah, because normally you've got the barrier suite used to be a choice between resistor and wraparound, and that was kind of it.
Yeah.
And IP block, people thought about being really good against AI decks, because it obviously gives you immediate tag, but it turns out it's really good against paperclip as well.
Yeah.
Because
so just a run on R&D. We haven't seen quite what happened there. So the second ice is Data Raven. I really love this. So there's like 2 ice that potentially give tags in front of R&D. Very aggressive placement.
And Data Raven is just awful to run through, especially without a Mimic.
Yeah.
You do not want to do that. You want to kill it with Parasite.
And it's like, okay, there's like 2 more kitties that you could maybe see, but maybe you should be like, okay, whatever. Well, of course, you cannot get the tag on the Data Raven because it's like, okay, then the counter on the Data Raven, because then it's like, okay, then you can actually. Oh wow, he checked out and installed the.
Yeah, so he Deja Vu for Parasite. I think he might have only Deja Vu for 1 Parasite, which is a desperate move, but it works. So that's going to have to tick up slowly. He can't
it
run.
will take some time. It will give Guybrush a lot of time to deal with this somehow.
Yeah, he can't run archives or R&D for tokens because there's Data Raven there anyway. He might want to hit HQ, paying through the trace perhaps.
Yes. Maybe that's maybe the next moment where there's going to be more pressure.
Yep.
We see a card installed in that remote server. I wonder what that is. Is that another kitty?
So the other one. So it's either a Jackson or a kitty.
I think Guybrush is out of Data Ravens at this point, right?
Yeah, I think one's in the bin and 2 of them.
Although he did use a Jackson, so maybe it was shuffled back in.
It could be.
We didn't pay enough attention. It's been a long day, guys, and we're just fresh from the Swiss 6 rounds.
And then Maw goes down. Okay, that's some interesting tech.
Okay,
so
that's good.
That's actually pretty good. I do love Maw.
Very expensive install. So now we see Pieter going down to just sip in credits, I think.
So Maw's great. Sync really hates Maw. If he can get into HQ and start mawing away combo pieces, then that's really good for him.
That's potentially great, but now maybe this was maybe a little mistake, because Guybrush can maybe now take the financial overhand here, and that of course exposes Pieter to a potential hard-hitting news.
Yep, he does have Blue Moose down, but the Temujin and archives, he doesn't want to run through that, the Data Raven.
Yeah. So I think Pieter has to, like, before he can apply some aggression, we see this ice is very taxing for Pieter. So he cannot just like run somewhere and start getting a lot of accesses like you usually do with an early Maw. This late Maw is kind of like way more strategic kind of install, I feel.
So Maw, of course, is great against asset spam because it loads of unprotected remotes. But for this, it's going to be run HQ and hope to hit something good.
There we go. Ooh,
Archangel.
That hurts so much. Oh man, this is bad. I think you need to go for the trace here, right?
Well, it could be trace 6 or 6 to break with.
I mean, it could be
Black
more
Orchestra.
if Guybrush decides to install, and if he bounces Maw, that would be very.
That's a disaster. Breaking Archangel with Black Orchestra is not something you want to do.
Clutch placement by Guybrush here. This is really a great.
And he's paid 6 to break.
No, he breaks it.
Paid 6. Oh, Black Orchestra is such a terrible
now he goes
breaker.
down to 3 credits. He cannot continue running.
No, he can't continue because all Guybrush needs to do is boost the trace by 1, and he can't get through.
Yeah, and he would get a tag. Oh,
it looks
he
like...
actually... What
Ooh.
the... Oh, wow.
So I think that might have been a bit of a misplay. Maybe he just assumed that he wouldn't boost the trace.
Maybe.
If I was Guybrush there, I certainly would have boosted the trace.
That's actually surprising. Okay, so now the maw actually triggered.
And didn't get closed accounts, which is interesting. So, if he has hard-hitting news in hand, he's going to...
Yeah. This is the moment to play hard-hitting news, and Pieter will be like in a world of hurt. Hedge.
He's doing the math.
Hedge fund.
That's...
Guybrush is Guybrushing. What?
Ooh, okay, so he doesn't have hard-hitting news in hand.
Whoa!
So, if this was the early game and you're Rigwiz, that's... You can like be paralyzed with fear of playing around hard-hitting news.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you're just going to say, if he has it, I've kind of lost, so I've got to kind of pray he doesn't.
Yeah.
In this case,
it worked.
He must have prayed he doesn't.
Yeah.
You're not a favourite in the matchup. You've got to take risks, and that was a risk he took.
But I'm amazed how Guybrush decides to punish kind of like this kind of swing that he created here with an advance of that card here. So is that maybe another kitty that he tries to bait?
I think that's
Pieter into?
Yeah, I think that's certainly a contradictive model. So the other option, if it's a GFI, then he wouldn't single advance it.
Yeah.
If it's the NEPD, he'd probably keep it in hand to be difficult to steal. If it's a breaking news, then he'd score it because he's 24/7 in hand, like he would have fast advanced it out. And the other thing he can sometimes do is advance, and leave a breaking news on the table to just boom without 24/7. But because we knew he already boom in hand, then instead of 24/7 in hand, then he doesn't need to do that.
Oh, he could actually, this could be breaking news, and then he could advance it all the way through, get it. Wait, what?
So he's run through archives. And
there was a kitty.
Scored a kitty and got a GFI. Oh, that's not what you want. You don't want to score GFIs.
Nope.
That's just...
So this could be a breaking news that he actually pre-advanced so he can get the tags on him and then maybe close accounts.
Yeah, that's true.
And then maybe trash Temujin or something like this. I don't know.
I think he probably trashed Blue Moose.
That random run on archives. Why did he do this?
I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he was getting desperate.
Maybe he wanted the money from the.
So I guess it's sort of neutral. So you got Mimic out, so it costs 1 to break.
Okay.
Attack. So it's kind of money free. Gives me a data sucker token and some information about what's in the bin.
Oh yeah.
So it's not the worst, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And you remove the tag. Yeah. So you get some information. Yeah. Difficult situation for Pieter now.
Oh, there's a Parasite in hand. He would still be fine in memory if he played it.
Yes, because Maw gives you like 2, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's way okay. I'm amazed that he still didn't install the paperclip.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, so if he gets tagged and needs to break IP block the hard way, then paperclip of course needs to come out. Yeah. As of now, it's just 4 credits you don't need to spend. And you see, and it's quite so.
Okay, all the kitties are accounted for.
So this is tough because it's very possible for Guybrush to just win off scoring now.
Yeah.
If he scores a couple of 2 breaking news,
fascinating,
and then 24/7 EOIs, he's won because there's a GFI.
He installed something else in that server too. Have you noticed?
Ooh, okay.
So that was like an advance, and then install.
Ooh, interesting. Maybe it's there's another pop-up on R&D.
Okay. So now comes the deep dig on medium.
Oh, there's breaking news.
That's a good score actually. It's just 1 point, but it's so important for the game plan.
Yeah, the point is way less valuable than the fact that the corp doesn't have a breaking news anymore.
Now Maw triggers.
Good old Maw. So this is looking much better for Wiz at the moment. If they can sort of set up some control, there's no breaking news scored, they're in a way better spot.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like the game is generally just heating up right now. Like we have Guybrush with all the 3 kitties scored. Now, because the three kitties are scored, I feel like getting attack with deep medium runs is no longer as big of a deal right now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. If you are planning to shake at the end of the turn, you can't keep with 1, not with
Well, you could. I guess if you keep 1, you're gonna get closed accounts. If you keep
and then
2,
exchange of information. Yeah,
that's true. And right now, the exchange information stuff is hot. Like he can get the GFI that he just scored here exchanged so quickly.
So if I'm Guybrush, I abandon the boom plan. It's going to be too hard to do.
You mean he switches now to?
Yeah, he switched out just trying to score out. He's got 3 points already.
I think there was a purge.
Yep, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He's going to just continue running there and.
Ooh, is that Obelisk? That's fascinating.
He has 2 different.
Pieter has 2 different consoles in his deck.
What?
Ooh, interesting.
That is wow.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
So maybe it's kind of depending on what kind of matchup he has.
Yeah, or depending on the kind of way it's gone. So normally you think, I'm going to install Obelisk in the sync matchup because we get lots of tags and have 7 hand size and
no. Okay. So this is big deal for Guybrush right now. He scores the breaking news.
Even though if it looks good for Pieter, he's got a clock ticking at the moment.
Yeah.
And that clock ticking is I need to...
Where's the blast grid? Oh, there it is. Okay, all right.
I need to win quickly because Guybrush could win in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Score the 1 remaining breaking news or the remaining 15 minutes, and then next turn 24/7 EOI.
Well, Guybrush is currently at 4 points, right?
He's at 4 points.
Yes.
So getting another breaking news would take him up to 5, and then 24/7 would bring him down to 4, and then GFI would bring him up to 7. Oh, and there's 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So that's not terrible.
That's not terrible, yes. But I think Guybrush will very soon shuffle it back because I think he's not, right now. Pieter is kind of like in a dangerous spot. Like at 4 points, you just need to see 2 agendas and you call it a game. Ooh, and there we go.
What was that? I didn't see.
Breaking news. Another breaking news. Oof.
Okay, so
all the breaking news are also accounted for.
Guybrush is in trouble now.
Guybrush needs to end this now. This is a medium deep dig that he has to deal with.
It's tough, right? Sync doesn't have much ice in the deck, and a lot of it's been parasited. So this is hard.
Tough.
I'm not sure we do. I really wish I could see his hand right now.
Yeah, it's great. Like sadly we don't have enough cameras for this, but
so this is. With the last breaking news gone now, this is definitely in Pieter's favour, I think, especially with them all down.
I agree, absolutely.
There was, I think, Guybrush's moment was when Pieter got low and he could have hard and used him, but he did. Oh, so he's found a piece of ice, that's okay.
Okay, yeah. We need to do something there.
So from Guybrush's point of view, he really wants this to be Archangel. He's praying and desperately hoping that is an Archangel, and it's, no. Just IP block.
You can actually, he could combat the trace here, I guess.
Oh, and he's got paperclip.
He actually gets the paperclip here. Okay, so that's going to be 4 for the install. And then
right. Because you've got Data Sucker now, it's way cheaper. You can spend 1 to break it, so that's fine. So it makes sense with the Data Suckers.
All right, there's some kerfuffle here, and because we're recording at a very weird location. Okay, so there's one on HQ.
Maw still doing its thing. Oh, has he done it?
I don't see it.
Oh, and there's one.
Oh, that's a boom. That's
his fancy altar boom.
That's altar boom that we just got here.
So as soon as it gets back to Guybrush's turn, he's got to purge, right? You can't let medium like that.
Yeah, that's usually like a good choice here, where it's like you're going to purge, and then you know exactly the next new cards are not going to be agenda, so you have some time, And also you know that the runner is not going to be run. Oh, actually, there's another
5-card deep dig. That's hard to use, I think. That's 24/7. That's I can't see, and I can't say that either.
Wow, you're a little better at recognizing those than I am, but
it's
yes.
Just like when hard hit news gets slammed in your face enough times when you're practicing this stupid matchup, you'll learn to recognize it very quickly.
You get like a visceral response from your.
Oh, I love hard news. So I played Sync last year at the UK Nationals back before Boom was a thing, and it was like gentleman Sync, if you will. It just aimed to win off hard-hitting news and closed accounts and EOI. Like none of this horrible killing stuff.
Speaking of gentlemen, this is now the part I think where players are starting to check the number of cards in R&D and look at each other's archives and stuff like that.
So, milling is not. I think there's maybe 1 Jackson left in the deck. So it wouldn't surprise me if that face-down card in the remote is a Jackson Howard. That's almost certainly what it is. So he's got time, basically.
Yeah. Okay, purge.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you can do if you don't lose the game.
Medium is so hardcore.
So given that he's missed a lot in there, there's what's left floating about. There's 3 GFIs and an NAPD. That's left. So
there's 2 GFIs, 1 is scored.
3 GFIs. Oh, of course, there are 2 GFIs and an NAPD.
Mm-hmm. And that's it, right?
And that's it, yeah. The Sync Agenda suite is so small.
Crazy. Or is there Beal?
Oh, no, there's no Beal.
Oh, okay.
A slimline 18 points.
That's going to be tough. So for Guybrush to win, I guess he has to score the GFI, right?
Yeah, and that's like a tall ask. If I'm Guybrush, I'm clicking 50 minutes back into my deck and trying to score that. That's all you can do at this point.
Yeah.
And then you need to 24/7 EOI while avoiding getting those combo pieces mauled out of your hand by accesses.
Yeah, so let's wind this back a little bit. He needs to get somehow the tag on him and on Pieter, and Pieter is actually really good about this right now.
Oh, and Whizzard's doing his Whizzard thing with Parasite, and then there's another Parasite in hand. Because
still good on a Mew though, yeah.
Yeah, and Guybrush is running out of ice. There's
not too much stuff there. Like, this was actually an interesting game. Like so far, like it has been going back and forth a little bit.
Yes, it's
both players have their victories, and right now Pieter is kind of like seeming to have an upper hand, and Guybrush is really struggling to keep himself in the game here.
So he needs to click this 15 minutes in his turn. Oh, he didn't click the 15 minutes in.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess
IPO.
It doesn't make sense.
IPO is interesting. That's a richer sync deck than the ones I've been playing against.
Huh.
So IPO is a good card. Like it's.
Yeah, you get money. Oh, what? Oh, is that work? Does that work?
Your 7 memory. Trash something.
Wait a minute.
Warning. 7 memory. Warning.
Okay,
he's counting.
That's
so
good.
it's fine.
That's
He's figured it out, and he's not played it.
Oh,
So
gosh.
that's good.
I was getting worried. Okay, so he actually trashes the
Data sucker.
sucker.
No.
Why does he want to?
You don't want to do that.
I mean, I guess he expects the journals to be in the archives.
I guess, but what you really want to do is trash paperclip. Okay, so the logic is if you're hitting R&D and all you're using data suckers for is to lower IP block, then a Parasite on it is just as good.
That's a fair point. Especially since R&D will be R&D. There was not going to be the IP block on R&D anymore, so he can just run without the paperclip. He doesn't actually need
So that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I approve, Pieter. You have the Johnny seal of approval.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Guybrush install advances.
Okay, not the Jackson Howard.
And shuffles back in. Shuffles the 15 minutes back in. Okay.
So this is NEPD. It has to be NEPD.
Yeah. He assumes that Pieter cannot get into the server somehow.
I can't see how he can't get into this server.
So I guess Guybrush goes for the win with a score with the NEPD and then 15 minutes.
That's I guess
right?
his plan. I'm trying to think of an agenda that he could be running that.
Does laundry on, I'm assuming, archives.
Yeah, all the quantum mods are gone, so it's fine to go here now. Have you mod anything? Ooh, so he's not modded any agendas, but I see an archive memories, which is good to get common pieces back.
this is actually super.
Ah, yeah, they're checking mod. It's
Super
fine.
interesting.
Mod doesn't trigger on archives.
Okay.
It's better than Kim.
So Pieter, can you get into the server? What is there? 12? What?
Ooh, I no. This is Look, no, I can't see a single piece. I can't think of a single. I'm willing to be proved wrong. I can't think of a piece of ice here that could keep Pieter out.
Maybe like Muckraker or something. I don't know. Like some crazy splash. Okay, so actually Pieter decides to go for the R&D deep dig.
Okay, yeah. Building up because if you're not sure what to do, building up medium tokens is a good plan because it forces the corp to react to you rather than the other way around.
And also the maul is like really helpful, like disassembling the pieces that Guybrush needs to close this game out. Maybe like if you hit like 24/7, that would mean a lot.
All right.
Okay.
He should have definitely run that agenda. That's a big mistake.
Why didn't he?
What? That is a
Wouldn't he win with agenda?
He's on he's on 4 points I think right now.
Oh.
Because this 15 minutes got clicked back, so he's got 2 breaking news and a G5 score, so that's 4 points. And
yeah, that's right. Okay, so he has 2 breaking news and 1 GFI. So that means he's
Guybrush and 5. Oh, that's a that's definitely almost certainly lost in the game.
So
why didn't he run that?
So Pieter needs still like 2 agendas.
Pieter's on 5 points. All he needs 6 points. 6? I should say.
No.
All he needs to do is score his 50 minutes. And
does he have 2 GFIs? How is he on 6 points?
Oh, so he's got 3 quantum predictive models, breaking news, and
I mean Guybrush. You mean?
Oh, Guybrush is on 6 points, and Pieter's on 4 right now. So that's
that's actually Guybrush might actually take this home if he just needs.
Terrible.
He just needs to get the 15 minutes scored.
Oh, there's GFI.
Okay.
So that's on 6. So 6 all. So it's first to 50 minutes. Or the last remaining GFI. So look at this is crazy. There's only 2 agendas left in the game. That's how slim and sleek. And 3 cards left in the deck.
Oh my gosh, one of those cards is the 15 minutes.
So this is going to come. This could be pretty random, right? Depending on how many clicks Guybrush has got left.
Yes. The problem is Guybrush cannot actually draw into this stuff because then Pieter might. But Guybrush could draw 2, I guess.
Draw 2, hope and pray the last card in R&D. Or you could work it out. It's
HQ is quite secure. It's going to be very expensive to run HQ. So
if you're on HQ, you would probably in the last-ditch attempt, you would let Archangel fire and keep paying through the IP block trace.
This is so crazy.
And you've got enough credits to do that a couple of times. So, whoo. So this is actually a really cool...
Okay, that's actually another deep dig.
Nope.
There's the 50 minutes.
Game. Oh. So very well played to Pieter there, coming back from winning a very difficult matchup.
Wow, that was amazing. Oh, there was a GFI on hand as well.
Yes. And yeah, he had the combo in hand. Oh, so the Mom missed out the combo a lot, which is good, but oof.
Wow.
Tense game, very tense game.
Very tense game, went back and forth. At the beginning, it looked like Guybrush had everything in hand.
Yeah, and very well played to both of them.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. Cool. It was really exciting to see like how the Guybrush and how both players are actually like constantly switching strategies.
Yeah.
Like.
So that's kind of cool. So it's good to see like a back and forth, interesting single merge game because so often it can be just a blowout.
Yeah. 24/7 boom and it's gone.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. So we're gonna move on to the next game, and for you people out there in the stream, don't go anywhere because the next game will begin very shortly. But for you people on YouTube, tune in next time around.
Cool. See you later.
And this is Krystian after editing. So I always edit like this little part at the end here because this was a live commentary. And one important thing that we don't get to do when we do the live commentary is the Hack the Planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.